Do you praise your child as a mom and you wonder if it's really helping the child or it's causing pressure on your child? Is your praise making your child to be under pressure? Your praise, is it making your child to be so dependent on that praise? Now, the right kind of praise, the right kind of feedback can empower your child. But the truth is that the wrong kind of praise and the wrong kind of feedback can undermine the confidence of your child. It can make your child to be so dependent on that praise, to be so dependent on that validation. So are you a mom that constantly focuses on just the outcomes? So you just want the outcomes. You want things like, okay, my child got an A in this exam, but you don't focus on the process. You don't focus on the efforts. And when you do that, you put a kind of pressure on your child. Do you use praise as a tool for control? Do you constantly control your child? You use praise as control, as a tool to control everything your child is doing, everything about their behavior, rather using praise to empower your child. Does your praise empower your child, or does your praise disempower your child? Now, is your child dependent on you for praise because without that praise, they can't do anything? But the truth is that your praise should rather empower your child. Your praise should rather carry on his or her activity even without the praise being there. Do you fear that acknowledging the effort of your child instead of acknowledging the result is going to undermine their achievements? Are you so scared of acknowledging the steps your child is making? Your child is making baby steps. They are progressing from A to B, but you rather focus on the result. For example, a child is learning how to wash a plate. And you can see that today, the child was able to wash it, but there are still some stains on the plate. But you can see that this child has made progress from where the child used to be to now. But you're so scared that, okay, if I tell this child, maybe this child will not want to do it again. So you rather not praise the effort of your child, use that situation to empower your child, but you rather want to wait till your child gets it 100%. When you do that, you put some kind of pressure on your child. And when you do that, you make your child to depend so much on your praise for your child to act or do anything. And the truth is that your child is going to be dependent on your praise. When you constantly praise the child, the outcome, your child is going to grow to be like a praise junkie that waits for your praise, waits for your approval before your child feels motivated to ask. Now, are you the kind of parent that struggles with giving constructive feedback? Are you the parent that constantly criticizes your child? So your feedback comes in form of criticism. Your feedback comes in discouragement, sometimes from fear. Maybe you're like, oh my God, if I tell this child is doing well, this child will not do it well next time. But the truth is that your praise, your feedback should be constructive. It should empower your child and not disempower your child. Because when you constantly praise the outcome, when you constantly make your child dependent on your praise and your feedback, what will happen is that your child will grow up to be that child that depends or waits for the validation of other people before your child starts to act. So as parents, as moms, we must understand that not all praise builds resilience. It's good to praise your child, but not all your praise can build resilience. The praise that builds resilience, the type of praise that empowers the child, that makes the child want to do better, that makes the child want to try. Now, when you overpraise the outcome or the talent of your child, you make that child to be dependent on external validation. When you're that mom that constantly overpraise everything your child does, you overpraise. You're not praising the outcome. You're not praising the effort. You're not praising the process. You're not praising the things your child is putting in, but you're constantly praising the outcome. You constantly say things like, you're so brave, I know you've got it. You know, not praising the steps that child is making. You make that child to grow to depend on external validation before that child reacts. And that's why you find most adults, we want people to praise us before we act. You have a dream, you have a goal, but you're just stagnant. You're not just moving. Except someone comes and say, oh, you're doing great. Then you feel empowered and continue. There are so many people that have got a lot on the inside of them, but they're not doing anything because most people are waiting for someone else to acknowledge them, to validate them, to praise them before they start to move. But as a mom, you must be that mom that focuses on the effort, that focuses on the process, that focuses on your journey, that focuses on the little steps your child is putting on or putting in, and not just the outcome. So you must focus on the effort your child is putting. Your goal should be problem solving. How can I help my child solve this problem? Not, oh, this child has gotten it all figured out now, well done my child. No, the goal should be attitude. What is my child's attitude towards this assignment? You praise the attitude, you praise the resilience, you acknowledge the resilience, acknowledge the steps your child is putting in, not just the end result. Because when you do that, you make your child not to look at it like, okay, my parents are just focused on everything being perfect. My mom just wants me to achieve success by all means. But when you focus on the effort, you focus on the process, you teach your child that the effort is important, the process is important, and that is what builds long-term confidence for your child. Now, praise shapes the mindset of every one of us, even the mindset of your child, but only when it focuses on growth and effort. The only way praise can shape your mindset, can make you to be better, can make you to achieve more, is when that praise is focused on growth, when that praise is focused on effort. So the conversation, your praise to your child, your praise to yourself or people around you, is it focused on growth? Is it focused on the efforts your child is putting in? Now, by praising effort, strategy, and persistence, so you must praise the effort of your child, you must praise the persistency, you must praise with the effort, the strategy your child is bringing into that situation. When you do that, you teach your child resilience. When you do that, you build the confidence of your child. But when you constantly praise the outcome, forgetting the process, the attitude, the persistence, the resilience, you just turn your child to be someone that will be dependent on praise. And as moms, we must learn to teach this to our children, because the truth is that they can see us. Every day you have the opportunity to teach your child something through praise. So are you using it for the right way, or do you praise just the outcome and forget about the baby steps your child is making? So we're going to learn in practical ways, how can we begin to praise our children so that it makes them to grow? It doesn't make them to be that place where they are dependent on praise to move. Number one, we must focus on the efforts. So as a mom, you must praise the actions, praise the effort, praise the attitude your child is bringing in to solve that problem. Praise the resilience, praise the consistency, the persistency, praise the work your child is putting in. You can tell your child, I love the way you're resilient. I love the way you're committed to finish up this project. Praise the steps. I love the way you're able to think it through to come up with this. Praise the effort, not just the end, not just the outcome. Then give constructive feedback. You must pair your feedback. Your guidance should be a form of encouragement. Your feedback should be something that will help your child to grow. Your feedback shouldn't be critical. It shouldn't be the kind of feedback that after you speak to your child is better or worse than you met them. So when you're giving a feedback, give a feedback with a solution. Give a feedback with what the child can do better next time. You can tell your child, oh, you did so well at this, but next time I think you can do it this way, and this way. It's constructive because you've pointed out the problem and you've empowered the child on what to do. Then the third thing is to model resilience. As a mom, are you modeling resilience? We must model resilience for our children to see. You must share your own efforts, your own learning experiences, the times you failed, the times you did not get everything 100%. Definitely, you must share age-appropriate information to your children. When you do that, you show your child growth. You give a child an opportunity to tell them that they can also grow, they can also learn in the process. So as a mom, you must model resilience. Then the fourth thing is to encourage reflection. So you ask your child, what have they learned from a situation? Even as a mom, when you make a mistake, when things don't go well, learn to reflect. Ask yourself, what have you learned from this? What can you do better? What are the lessons from it? Don't just allow every experience to just be wasted. Don't just allow every experience to pass without you getting the lessons, picking the lessons, and also teaching your child the lessons. Then the fifth thing we can do is to celebrate our process. We must learn to celebrate our process. We must learn not to focus on perfection. You must learn to embrace your mistake. When you make mistake, you get up, you dust yourself, and continue. Because the process is where the journey is. The process is where the learning takes place. The process is where everything is. So focus on the process. Forget about perfection. Just focus on being better every single day. So we must remember that praise and feedback aren't just words. The words you say to your children, when you praise your child, when you give your child feedback, they are not just ordinary words, but they are tools that can be used to shape the confidence of your child. So your praise, is it helping your child build confidence? The feedback you're giving to your child, is it helping your child build confidence? Is it shaping the confidence of your child? So your praise, your feedback should shape and build the confidence of your child. It should shape the resilience of your child. Your child should be able to say, okay, I'm going to be resilient because of the words you speak to your child. Your praise and your effort should make your child independent, not to make your child not want to try. So we must use our words wisely. You must use the right words for praise, for feedback, because these words are powerful, because you can use them to empower yourself and you can use them to empower your child. And the truth is that a child that feels empowered is a child that learns to believe in themselves. A child that understands that my parent focus on the process, the journey. That child will grow up confident. That child will grow up believing in their abilities, not just waiting for everything to be perfect. So as a mom, you must be the model. You must be the change. Use your praise. Use your feedback to build resilience in yourself, in your child, and not dependence. Use your words wisely. Use them to build confidence, persistence, growth mindset, and everything good in your child. I believe this video has been so helpful. Please like this video. Please share this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Renewed Parent Academy. And my name is Chioma Odigolu. Do have a great day and bye.